السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له. ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. ونشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله تبارك وتعالى عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا. أما بعد فيا عباد الله، يقول الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه العزيز: شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان. صدق الله العلي العظيم. وقال النبي صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم: الصيام جنة، وكما قال عليه الصلاة والتسليم. If you are preparing an event, whether it's a gathering at your own house, a small gathering at your own house where your relatives or your friends or your colleagues are going to come over for dinner, lunch, whatever it may be, or if you're hosting a wedding for your children, or you're hosting an event in the masjid or in the community, or if you're operating and running a business and that you know a time will come where your sales will increase, we all do something called prior preparation. Proper preparation is done. I need to make sure I covered every angle of this gathering. I need to make sure when the time comes we are ready to make sure our sales are at the level that we hope. So, in a business perspective, you need to make sure you have enough products. You chose the right price. It's not like you start a business and you bought the product for $10, you're selling it for $8. And you market it well, you present it well, you do all of the preparations that is needed to make sure that the business is successful, to make sure that the gathering is successful. People are coming to your house. It's better to have more food than less food. We have enough food for this gathering that we're going to host. We have enough merchandise to sell for this business or this sale that we're going to promote. There's proper preparation. Because we get something physical, we see something physical. The guest will come to our house, the guest will come to our event and they will attend the wedding. You will see the guest eat the food. If you have a business, you will see people buying and selling. You will see your sales sheet to see if you made a profit or you didn't. So there's proper preparation done because we see something in front of us. We see the results of our actions. But why is it that Ramadan is only, I'm choosing my words very carefully, Ramadan is only less than 90 days away? That means preparation should have started a while back. You see, when somebody hosts these large events with 20, 30, 40,000 people, they will tell you that we start preparing for this event 6 months in advance. Some of them will tell you we prepare for this event 1 year in advance. Because this event that we're going to host in a year's time must be perfect. There's nothing wrong that can take place. We must cover every angle. And we'll have meetings after meetings after meetings to make sure that we are properly prepared. But when it comes to ibadah, when it comes to pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when it comes to pleasing and worshipping our Lord, it is not taken as seriously. It is said about the Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala ajma'een, when Eid would take place, the day after Eid of Ramadan, they were preparing for the next Ramadan. Their mind was on Ramadan. Their mindset was created that we must be prepared for the next Ramadan. When one salah ends and a person is attached and has love for salah, is attached to the masjid, when one salah ends, he's thinking, when's the next salah? Salatul Jum'ah is ending, okay, my life isn't over, Salah isn't over, this isn't the only prayer that's fard and obligation on me. What time is Salatul Asr in this masjid or the masjid that I will be the closest to? Because I need to make sure that I'm ready for Salatul Asr. Our lives should revolve around the Salah and the schedule of Salah. There's a preparation that is done. There's a mindset that is created. You make sure you have enough energy. Give the grind for that time. It's exam time. Or it was the exam time in December. We're studying. It's okay. We're going to stay awake the whole night. We'll have 2 to 3 shots, double espresso, 4 or 5 cups of coffee. It's okay. Because right now we need to work hard. And when the exams are over, we'll be able to relax. But there's a whole mindset created while you're studying for your exams, while you're preparing for the exams. And a well-prepared person would have started studying for the exams 3 months in advance. Then the exams would be a piece of cake for them. Ramadan is about 90 days away. It's not far. It's too close. So there are 3 things. And I tell everyone now, their speeches can be given in different ways. Some are academic, intellectual, and some speeches are just, entertaining, to amuse you. You go home, man, you hit my heart. Or life-changing. I'm going to tell you, my speeches generally will have a few points. So if you forget about my whole speech, it's okay. Just remember 3 points. And this speech I'm telling you right now, I'm going to give you about 3 points. 3 things to remember, inshallah. Number 1, in preparation for Ramadan. This is all preparation for Ramadan. This isn't me saying it like I'm already acting upon it. This is to encourage myself and the community. Number 1, start fasting now. And out of the 3, this one's the most important. And I'll tell you at the end why, inshallah. Start fasting now. When? Go ahead and say to your family members, we're going to fast on Monday. We're going to try to make an effort to fast on Monday. When we are preparing vacations or planning a trip, we gather our children, we gather our wives and we talk to them. Okay, we want to do this, we're thinking about doing this. Your school break is from here, we're going to go here, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And you sit with your whole family and you discuss the plan. Take it that seriously. You sit your children down, you sit your family down, you sit your wife down, you sit as a family, and we say as a family together we will prepare for the month of Ramadan. And the most important thing in the month of Ramadan is fasting. So this Monday, how can we all encourage each other to fast? How can we encourage each other to get up on Monday? If you can't do Monday and Thursdays, then do the white days. If you can't do the white days, then just pick one day in this month as a family you will fast together. As a family, take it seriously. We're going to get up. We're going to eat the suhoor together. We're going to pray our tahajjud prayer. We're going to eat our suhoor. We're going to pray fajr together. We're going to go to the masjid to pray fajr. And we're going to break our fast and iftar together. That's the first thing, the most important thing. Nothing is more important in the month of Ramadan than the obligation of fasting. So, to fast outside of the Ramadan voluntarily at times is more beloved to Allah. So as a family, everything that I tell you, the 3 points that I tell you is going to be as a family effort. We have to learn to work together. When I was a youngster in about 4th grade, my teacher had a poster in front of the door. And it said team. And team stands for together everyone can achieve more. Together everyone can achieve more. When the whole family is together, we will be able to push each other up. If the wife doesn't get up, the husband gets up, the husband wakes up the wife and the children. If the husband doesn't get up, the wife gets up, the wife wakes up the children. But everyone's mindset has been made up. Together we will get up to fast. The children can wake you up. How beautiful would it be in the eyes of Allah that your children came to your room to wake you up to fast. The children made an extra effort to wake up the parents to fast and then offer their tahajjud prayer. So number one, together, we encourage each other. Now, family is the first step. Do it as a community. The entire community of this masjid gets together and says, okay, we are going to fast on so and so day as a community. Now, I'm not saying every year we're going to fast on this day or create new bid'ah or anything like that. I'm just saying as a community to encourage each other to fast on this day. The community will get up and we will fast on this day. We'll have iftar. Now, there's just dates. But what made the Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala majma'een amazing with the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam is whatever they did it together. They were so strong, they were so united. It would be easier to move a mountain than to break the relationship between the Sahaba radiallahu ajma'in in the presence of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. When there were 313 in the Battle of Badr versus 8,000, and the Battle of Badr, it wasn't 313, it was one powerful, solid, strong army. That was 313 that were fully united. That every one of them cared about the other more than they cared about each other, themselves. يُؤْثِرُونَ عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ وَلَوْ كَانَ بِهِمْ خَصَاصَةٌ. But the Sahaba radiallahu ajma'een, they were together. There was a brotherhood, there was a sisterhood. Everyone was part of the Muslim family. And whenever they did something, they did it together. If one person was suffering, the entire ummah was suffering. This is the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When one person from this ummah is suffering, the entire ummah should be suffering. Just like when one of your body parts are aching or wounded or hurt or just have a disease in a certain part of your body, the entire body is suffering. When one person in this ummah is suffering, we all suffer. So do it together. But fast. Second, number two, start reciting or start listening to Quran. Again, do it with your family. If you can, listen to one verse a day. Read half a page. Read one verse. Read two verses. Read three verses. Or sit with your family members and say on a daily basis, the Prophet ﷺ, before he went to sleep, he read Surah Al-Mulk and Surah Alif Lam Mim Sajda. Together we will read Surah Al-Mulk and Alif Lam Mim Sajda. Or together we read just Surah Al-Mulk. Together every morning we read Surah Yasin. Or we will remind each other to read Surah Yasin and Surah Mulk. Whatever you can do, but do something. Create an attachment to the Quran now. Not when the month of Ramadan starts, okay, it's only one day of Ramadan passed, we don't need to read Quran today, we read it on day 2. No! Ramadan is a blessing to this ummah. Ramadan comes once a year. We don't even know if we're going to get the next month, next Ramadan. So start reciting or listening to Quran even if it's one. إِنَّ أَحَبَّ الْأَعْمَالِ إِلَى اللَّهِ أَدْوَمُهَا وَإِنْ قَلَّ Or كَمَا قَالَ عَلَيْهِ الصَّلَاةُ وَالتَّسْلِيمُ. The most beloved action to Allah is something that is done consistently even if it's a small action. But it's done every single day. Number 3. Create an attachment to Salah. Love Salah. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says, "Qurratu aini fi Salah." The coolness of my eyes, my utmost joy is found in Salah. I love it when I pray. It's just me and my Allah. It's me and my Allah having a conversation. The Prophet ﷺ said that every time there was a situation that I was going through, a difficult situation, what would the first thing that I do? I went to Salah. Make an attachment and a love for Salah, not an obligation and a burden on your shoulders. When you're praying, man, I just want to pray quickly and get it over with. Have an attachment to Salah. So when it's Salat al-Tarawih time, you're enjoying it and you're not feeling it as a burden. When the month of Ramadan comes and you have the opportunity to pray your tahajjud prayer, you're enjoying it. It's not a burden on your shoulders. So 3 actions that we can do together, inshallah, that we can encourage each other to do together, inshallah. And this is to prepare, have the niyyah preparing for the month of Ramadan. Right? We keep pushing ourselves, but we had the niyyah that, Ya Allah, we're preparing for the month of Ramadan now. 3 things. Start fasting now, even if it's once a month for the next 2-3 months. Number 2, start reciting Quran or listening to one verse. And number 3, try to increase your devotion and your love for Salah. You enjoy putting your head on the floor in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us all amongst those people who do the ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the way He deserves to be worshipped. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us amongst His righteous ones. Allahumma ja'alna min as-salihin, wa ja'alna min at-tawabin, wa ja'alna min al-mutatahhirin. Jazakum Allahu khairan, wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.